Hello and welcome back. I'm going to continue with the plant symbol creation by adding a 3D prop image to add to this. What it's going to do is take a high quality or high resolution image, and we're going to make a 3D image prop from it, and then we're going to attach it to the plant so that it has a 2D representation and a 3D representation. So the first thing that you want to do is after you've already created your 2D plant, you can see here the one we were working on before. It's the Pyrus, same as before. What you want to do then is make sure that you have a good high quality image. In this case, we're going to use this one. And you can see what I did was I took a photograph, and then I came in and trimmed out anything that wasn't part of the tree, including the areas right in here. And I'll zoom in a little bit so you can see that. You can see the transparent spaces behind here. And these will give a little more realistic look when you insert this. In order to use the image prop in Vectorworks, you have to have RenderWorks as part of your package. So if you don't have RenderWorks, don't bother. At any rate, what you do is you come to Model and come down to Create Image Prop. And now it's going to ask you where do you want to grab this image prop from. And this was the name of the plant that I had. Done all that work. And what I want to do is I actually want to change the name so that I make sure that I put them all together the right way. And so I'm going to name that the name of the Pyrus that we had. But I know that the height is going to be 15 feet and that the width is going to be 12 feet. I am going to use a mask, and this is so that it gives me a nice clean image. So I'm going to reuse an image from another resource, and it's going to be this same exact plant. And you'll see now it's going to ask me grayscale, pixels, transparent color, or alpha channel. Well, I already did all that work, and I have that transparent color, so I'm going to use that as my mask. And now it's asking me my transparent color, is it white? And it is. And so this is what the mask is going to be, and that's going to be fine. If I had a different color in the back, I could just click on this and it would open up and I could pick one of the other colors if I had used that. But that looks pretty good. So now I just click OK. Then I want crossed planes, and you'll see how that works in just a minute. Constant reflectivity means that I'll have the light if I decide to put light on it. And in the exterior case, we'll use a tool in Vectorworks called a Heliodon. I'll show you that in a few minutes. We do want to create this as a plugin object. We want it to auto-rotate to the viewer so that whichever way you're looking at it, whichever view you take, you're going to be looking at the best side. And we do want to create it as a symbol. So I click OK. And there it is. I know it's hard to see, but that crossed plane, that's what it is. You're looking at it from the top. And what I'll do is let me change my rotation. I'll go to right isometric. Let me zoom out a little bit. So the crossed plane, come on now. You can see what the cross plane is. It's the one plane this way, so a flat image coming this way, and then another flat image coming that way. So in order to render it, you come up to where this little teapot is, and come down. There's a whole bunch of different renders. I'm going to just use the most basic one called OpenGL. I click it, and there's my image. You can see it came in pretty good. Okay. All right. So now I go back to my top view. Okay. And what I want to do now is I want to copy the, I'm going to actually move the 3D prop out of the way. And I'm going to copy it. And now I'm going to edit the plant symbol. And the part that I want to edit is the 3D graphics. Click OK. And this little locus is what the 3D is a place for a 3D graphic. So I just want to paste. And I want to move my image prop right on top of that locus. And then I want to exit the plant. I now have a 2D and 3D symbol representation of this plant in this, come on now. In this thing. So now I can get rid of this extra one. And if I want to see that, I just highlight it. I come up here to right isometric, and I go ahead and render. And there's my plant again. Okay. All right. Let me come back to my top view. Now what you can do also is, I just want to show you how the shadowing works a little bit. And this is going to be very, very basic. I had previously created a small mass model, put it in its own class. I actually have that prop in its own class also, just to keep things organized. But I'll take this mass model and just turn it back on, and here it is. And on my plant, I'm actually going to come here and I'm going to turn off the tag. I can either do it from here, or I can just come to my navigation and turn off the tag right from there. Okay. You can see it now. Yeah. Okay. Now, what I want to do is bring in this tool called the Heliodon, and that is located in the visualization palette right here with the little light bulb. And the tool is called the Heliodon right here. I click it and I bring it, drop it in. And the Heliodon needs to be set up. So right now, okay, let me change to this. So right now I am using it with the north facing up. If you need to rotate it, you just use your rotate tool and change it. And it's set right now for Washington, D.C. So what I want to do is come over to my object info palette, come to settings, and I can come in here and just change the city. Let's make it for Boston. There we go. If you have the actual longitude and latitude and it makes a difference, you can just edit the city, drop it in there, and put your longitude and latitude in. But I'm just going to use Boston for now. Click OK. And now the angle that is shown here, the arrows, are showing the direction of the light on March 20th at 9 a.m. in Boston. And I can come here and change the date. Let's make it the 6th. You can see it changed a little bit. Let's change the time. Let's make it 12 noon. Now they're straight on. Or we can change the month. Let's make it August. And you can see it's a little bit different. Okay? All right. Now what we want to do is let's change our view over to 3D image. Let's go left isometric. And let's Zoom out a little bit. And then zoom into our area. Now you can see right up here, that little emblem right there. That is the 3D symbol for the Heliodon. And then this cross plane is my tree. And this is my mass model of the building that's there. So let's come up to the render. And the first thing you want to do is come down to Options and come into OpenGL Options or RenderWorks or whatever you're going to do. But right now we're coming here. And you want to use textures. You want to have high detail. You want to make sure that Use Shadows is on. And then if you only want them on the ground, that's fine. I want to show it to you in the building. Or, and you have choices here. I'm going to leave it at high just so you can see it. And we're going to use the planar attributes. Okay? Then we come here and we go ahead and render it. And there we go. Now, with the Heliodon selected, what we can do is show a solar animation. So let's take a look at what happens here on the 6th of August through the day, see if there's any changes. And it looks like only towards the end of the day. Let's see. This is on the minutes. You can see right around 3:30 or so, a shadow starts to appear on the building if it's in this location. And you can see that now the shadow is coming around 5, 5:30, 6. So as I move this, it continues on. Now let's say at 7 o'clock, what happens at the different months. So you can see as we come down in months, the shadow's moving the other way. And if we started out earlier in the year, the shadows are going pretty much the same way. Now, of course, in January into February and March, there's not going to be much foliage on there, so that's not really much of a shadow. But then it gets foliage on it, and that's the kind of shadow you would have. Now, what's nice about this, if you actually created your mass model correctly, it will also indicate what shadows are going to be coming on the plants, which may be important. So if this plant was on the other side, it might be in a lot of shade for most of the day. You may have to check that out. At any rate, what you can do is, after you're satisfied with what you have, you can actually export this movie. You can animate it and export it as a movie. I'm not going to do that right now, but you can. And it's a nice way to take a good look at what it is that you're looking at in one smooth motion all the way through. Okay, at any rate, that's everything I have to say about that. Have a nice day.